Do we really need a teacher?
Guru is the only person has every logic, every answer. AI, Google cannot replace Guru. Please explain what do you mean by cool Guru? Hi sir. They were crying like child.
मेरे तो रोंगटे खड़े हो गए सर. Pranam sir.
Pranam.
Namaste to one and all. Today we are in a conversation with Guru Shri Ratikant Mohapatra sir, who is the Dean of Faculty of Arts, Communication and Indic Studies, Sri Sri University, Odissi. It is an honor and delight to be in a conversation with you, sir. And I would extend this conversation to be an opportunity to talk about Guru, Shishya, since we are still continuing with the Guru Purnima celebrations of this year. So with this, I would like to first ask you, sir, what do you think about the Guru Shishya Parampara in the 21st century?
Bit difficult to answer exactly, but we have to relate to the past. Now, Guru Shishya Parampara, the relation between the Guru and the student. If I go back to 30 years back, I was staying with my Guru at the Gurukul and learning from him. That was the tradition. The student used to stay at the Guru's home, learning from the Guru, helping Guru in the day-to-day activities and be part of the Guru's family. Then it's not only learning the art form but also learning the essence of life for execution. Now with the time, if we are talking about 21st century, and we have to see the transition from 30-40 years back till today. With the time, the thinking of people, the traditional values, aesthetic of life, day-to-day execution of life have been completely changed. Within the orthodoxity frame, it is difficult to go up at the present times. I mean, in a clever way, when it is coming to teaching, whether it is performing arts, whether it is general education, whatever, without losing the traditional values, the ethics, the morality of this relationship, we have to match with the present times. Matching with the present time means to see, to understand the need of the student and their family background. Then you can create a vision of this relationship without compromising the traditional values, without compromising the authenticity of our culture, and at the same time with a deep understanding of the present generation's mind. You have to get a balance.
So true.
And match them together and impart knowledge. Because what education we used to get in previous years, let me put my experiences here. The kind of education I used to get in my home, the same education I used to get when I go to the school from my teachers. And I could feel the same education from my friends in the school.
Wow.
That means the teaching what we used to have in those days were the same from all quarter of life. But nowadays, you get a different culture from your father, you get a different culture from your mother, from your friends and from your teacher. This completely, they go in 4 different directions. Doesn't matter what century we are in, but we cannot afford to lose our traditional values and our ethics, our culture. What I see, what we have, we never care for it. Which does not belong to us, we crave for that. Now, Hindi में there is a say in Hindi,
Right.
घर का ना घाट का बीच में त्रिशंकु के तरह लटक गया आदमी.
जी.
So let us cling to our own culture and tradition. Then there is no harm learning the different culture, so that we can keep a balance in life. And it really matters if we do not have this culture, this ethics, this morality with us, then it is very difficult to give good education or to receive good education. Example, I'll say. I will speak about my daughter's school, Pritisha. One day, in a parents' meeting, I went with her. As soon as we entering the school, my daughter says, "Hi, sir." Believe me, inside I was furious because I do not belong to this culture, really. I had a different culture and I cannot imagine my daughter doing hi to her teacher. I was really furious. Then I called her to the side. I said, what is this? You cannot, you are not taught this way. Bala Baba, this is the thing they teach us here. I mean, teacher, they say, don't do namaskar, but you say hi. It was really upsetting. So anyway, after the parents-teacher meeting, I was coming back. Then suddenly I thought, let me go and speak to the principal as a responsible parent.
Absolutely.
I went, I met her. I said, ma'am, see what I saw today, what I experienced today, it is not accepted. Because we leave our children to the school to learn the academics, of course, but the other side of life also. It's not the education only, you read books and you teach your students, but in general, the normal behavior of the students to his or her parents, to his or her teachers, or anybody he or she meets in life.
Right.
So at the present times, there is a huge gap. And I think as mentors, we have prime responsibility to bring the balance within the education what we impart. I think then we will contribute in the service of education.
Absolutely, sir. I totally resonate with your thoughts. And for this instance that you have shared, especially this anecdote from your daughter's school, I would like to ask that the concept of cool guru is doing rounds these days. So, since performing arts per se has its own sanctity, do you think the cool guru concept can enter or has already entered into the field of performing arts? If yes, is it justifying to the field or is it harming?
Okay, now please explain what do you mean by cool guru?
See, as far as 21st century is concerned, nowadays, especially the young adults, they always want everything cool. So be it a cool purchase, be it a cool vacation, or be it a cool teacher. They always look for someone who is probably with them and is not enforcing something which is beyond their understanding. So they relate to a cool guru who tries to imbibe their ways and tries to make things lighter and impart things in such a way which they can comprehend in the best possible manner. So, do you think that there can be an acclimatization of this concept in the field of performing arts?
That means the entire thing you are compromising.
Right, sir.
Guru has its own place, thinking, values. If he compromises, then the education he would impart to the student, that will not have a proper impact, what I understand in my little knowledge. And the 40 years of my life I spent with my Guru, my father. See, this maybe the teacher can find a way of execution to teach the students without compromising the values and ethics. We should be cool for the students.
So true.
Everything cannot be cool from the student's point of view.
Absolutely.
Then what is the need of education? Right?
Right.
Yes. Like in performing arts, for me, Odissi dance belongs to Odisha, and this dance form has the aura of this state. Not Odissi dance, any classical dance. And every classical dance belongs to a particular state. Like Odissi in Odisha, Bharatanatyam in Tamil Nadu, Kuchipudi in Andhra Pradesh, Mohiniyattam in Kerala. And the aura of this state, the attitude of people, it very well reflects in the dance form. If it doesn't reflect, then it is meaningless.
Agreed.
Right. Now, as a performing artist, as a choreographer, when I teach or when I do something, some new production, I always see, because we are coming to a public platform to perform with different kind of audiences. They might like your performance, they might not like your performance, they might criticize your performance. Now, with the years of experience, what I found out, how to connect to the people without losing my art form's values and the aesthetic frame and the discipline and grammar. Keeping those intact, how would I reach to the common audience of 21st century? And this audience includes common people, students, corporate people, even rickshawalas, businessmen. You get audience from all quarters. So it was constantly, after my father's demise, because he passed away in 2004, so it was a constant thinking process in my mind, how do I do this? Then what happened, I was touring US. I was staying with one of my students' house. And in USA, they have a better place in the basement than their main floor.
I see.
So I was staying in a room where next to my room there was a library.
Oh.
And there was a television also.
Okay.
So after the workshop I come back, I just read some book and see little television. So one day I was searching for some interesting book. I found out the human psychology. The title of the book is The Human Psychology.
Okay.
And I was surprised to see Agatha Christie was the author.
Oh.
Normally he doesn't write this kind of book.
Right. The
And it
bestseller
was
of
really
fiction.
interesting. It was 287 page book.
Okay.
I started reading it. Believe me, that gave me a complete idea how to proceed further in my research to connect to the common man through performing arts.
Wow.
There was nothing written about performing arts, but it was written how a human mind reacts to certain things. There are many things.
Oh.
Maybe there are 50, 60 other things were there he explained.
Right.
But what I picked up, few of them. One was the people mind immediately connects to speed. Second, human mind connects to a theme, if there is a story. Theme, how he or she can connect? If that story is already known to the person and if he sees that in front. It was very clearly written. So these two basic principles were clicked. I came back, and nowadays, you know, we have computers, softwares. So there is a software called Soundforce.
Right.
So there you can bring the speed down
Okay.
or get the speed up without diluting the pitch.
Okay.
Like in music we have C, C sharp, D, D sharp.
Right.
Then working on those principles, I learned, you know, first when we record any music, whichever tempo we take, that records in 120 BPM.
Okay.
Whether whatever speed, like 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So whatever speed you take, that records in 120 BPM. Now when we talk about speed, there is a limit of a human body, how much that human body can travel, how much speed it can catch. So I have to deal with the first tempo I take. Because I'm a dancer, I know how much that a dancer can go. So accordingly the first tempo I take. So then when I increase that BPM, 120 BPM, 130, 140, 150, then the speed of the dance also increases. So a human body, so what my research I found out, a human body can travel between 120 BPM to 170 BPM max.
Oh.
Beyond that, the movements become jarring, unclear.
Right.
So I started working on that. That is not the only case. Then you need to have dancers for that who can well gel with these speed variations. For that, the dancer has to practice 365 days professional dancing. 365 days body conditioning, exercises, and then diet. Unless otherwise you get dancers who are completely well trained and practiced for this many periods, every day, then to get that speed, to get a clarity on performance is difficult. Suppose you have a performance, you gather people before 10 days and you do something, some choreography in that speed variation, it is not possible.
Right.
So you need to have a set of dancers permanently with you working for days and years so that you get a clarity on stage. Second thing, the theme, like the common theme in India, Mahabharata, right, Ramayana, Shakuntala, Meghadutam, Shiva's story, Krishna's story, you know, I mean, these are the stories we are listening from our childhood.
True.
One example, Ramayana and Mahabharata. We must have seen n number of times in television, theatre, cinema, but still, when Ramayana comes in television today, people are then glued and watching.
Yes.
So there comes the theme. If I am performing something, if I dance a technical piece, it will not catch the audience because it is very technical, it's very grammatically. You have to see, whether this mudra is correct or that mudra is correct, that bhangi is correct. Yeah. So sometimes it becomes boring for the audience. But yes, if you handle those technical dances with a speed and with musical variations, that attracts the audience. But if I do Ramayana on stage, suppose I do Jatai Moksha, where that's an intense conversation between Rama and Jatayu. Jatayu saying, Lord, I tried my best but I could not save Sita from Ravan. And Rama is saying, you will always be remembered. Who does good for others, losing his limbs, you will be remembered. That is the greatest contribution you have given to the mankind. When we talk doing this story, it is because it is already known to the people. This is just an example. There are many other stories which are known to the people. When you enact this, immediately you connect to the audience. Doesn't matter what audience he is. Is it intellectual audience or a common audience? They immediately connect you. Through this, what happens? They connect to you through your art form. Okay, now these kind of themes connect the people very fast. See, as I said earlier, there are different kind of people, audience come to watch the performance. Suppose, let's aggregate, 25% people come with, intellectual people come. They know the nuances of classical dance form or any performing art. The rest 75 layman, they come to enjoy the dance or performances. If they like, they stay. If they do not like, they just get up and go. So what I try to do, I said, instead of focusing this 25%, let me focus on this 75%. So that they glue to their seat, they do not leave the performance in between. So it is almost 20 years I am working with it. I will not say that I am completely successful, but yes, up to accepted level I am successful, and it really works. It is not only that you connect with theme and speed to the audience, at the same time you are also teaching the ABCD of that art form to the lay audience. So I think it's a great thing for a mentor, for a guru. You are not going out of your frame, you are matching with the present times, and you are spreading your art form in 21st century to those people who do not value the tradition, that tradition.
Yeah, this itself is a great learning for me, and I'm sure all those who are watching this, who are listening to this very keenly, will have some very interesting takeaways. Therefore, I would like to ask a pertinent question, which is now a matter of concern for the gurus, for the teachers, as well as for the students. In this world of AI, artificial intelligence, students definitely have information available at their tips. And it's not just any kind of information, it can also be a condensed information, a crafted information. And they can have things in a very platter fashion like presentation. So, unfortunately, knowledge according to the students is no more a luxury. Again, of course, this is a myth that knowledge and information is the same. For teachers, for gurus especially, knowledge is definitely something else, but information is available at the tips. So a lot of students have already started thinking that, do we really need a teacher? And do we really need a guru? But we all know that this kind of an imparting of knowledge that even we had in this conversation is like just a world apart. It can create its own cosmos. It has its own understanding. In this case, how can we justify that a guru can never be replaced? Technology is there for everyone's sake, but there is no yardstick to compare AI, technology, guru, or the Google guru with the actual guru. Your inputs on this, sir.
Quite a long question. Let me go one by one. Okay. Guru cannot be replaced. Now this place where we are sitting, Pujya Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankarji's institute. Why cannot Google and AI replace Sri Ravi Shankar? When he comes here, when he goes elsewhere, why 1,000 people run to see him, to have a glimpse of him? What I see here, when Gurudev comes to the campus, people stand from 3 o'clock in the night at the gate to just have a glimpse of him. That the Google can give him. AI also can give him. Why then they are standing physically to see him? Artificial intelligence, it is artificial. It doesn't have a logic. What input it has, that AI will produce.
True.
But Guru can justify all those. So it is a Guru who created AI. It is a Guru who created the Google. Whatever questions you are asking, then why Sri University? Let's close down the university. Why so much of administration staff, studio, admission? Just one counter would be enough. Take the admission, okay, this link, go. Will that be all right? See, you need two experienced eyes, one experienced mind to guide you always. Doesn't matter AI, Google, whatever. Guru cannot be replaced. The knowledge you will get from the Guru, Google cannot give you, or artificial intelligence will also not be able to give you. Now, we have so many online portals are there, like Chat GPT.
Right.
So you ask anything, he will give you full details. Now for performing arts, if I ask anything specific for Natya Shastra, it fails because it doesn't have the answer. That answer only Guru can give. So there is no replacement. I don't know how to put this, but simply AI, Google cannot replace Guru. Never.
Very well taken, sir. And with this, I would also like to ask this, first of all, Gustaki Ma, because we all know Guru Kelucharan Mohapatra ji, who is your Guru, your father, and you have, in his training, become a versatile personality, a world-renowned name. But have you had differences of opinion with your Guru?
Yes, I had. Yes, I will not say no, but that was very logical. To enhance my knowledge. In one, I always used to have two questions for them, for him. See, when he performs, there was the item from Gita Govinda, Ashtapadi, Pashyati Disi Disi Rahasi Vabanta.
Okay.
Whole my, for 30, 40 years I have accompanied him. Learning from him that item, accompanying him when he performs. Each time I see him, it looks different. He does the same thing, but it looks different.
Oh.
I always had a question in mind. I also asked him, because after the program, we used to stay together. So he used to like massage. So I used to massage him.
Right.
He would play some computer games. Then those times we have lots of conversation. Very meaningful conversation. I always used to ask him, why you look so different when you perform, when you are doing the same thing what you teach us in the classroom? हाँ, वो ऐसे हो जाता है, बट मैं कभी ऐसा करता नहीं हूँ जानबूझ के. एक बार आंसर, फिर बोले कि वो तुम अभ्यास करो, हो जाएगा. Always he used to give me weird answers. I was never satisfied. I always used to think, what answer he is giving? There is no answer for him. So lots of questions were there in my mind. So one day I put my foot down. Yes, so today I will have a solid argument with my father, and I'll force him to explain me why he looks different. So after dinner we came back home. Then I was massaging him. He was playing computer games. So I said, can you please explain me why, what is there when I'm not able to understand why you look so different? So he just turned back and smiled. He said, how old are you? I said, I'm 22. Now wait till you cross 40. Well, this is my first answer. And the second answer is, wait till I pass away.
Oh my God.
And these two answers completely shut down myself. After that, I never asked those questions. And when I crossed 40, and he was not there, then I understood why he was looking different. And I read this book of Agatha Christie, this Human Psychology. See, when you, in performing arts, when you learn in your early days, in your 20s or early 30s, see, your mind, there is a function of the mind which starts understanding things in a much better way when you cross 40. It's biological changes happen inside you, inside your brain.
Okay.
Then you have the power to analyze things, to understand, and the experience, because he was a master.
Right.
Same thing you could do in many different ways, which we were not able to. Now, when we understood, at this point of time in my life, I'll be touching 60 soon, so I can understand how a guru can manipulate on stage the same thing what he teaches in the classroom.
Wow.
It is the experience, it is your vision, it is your thinking, it is your experience. When we perform, we follow the music. But when he performed, music followed him. That is one of the main reasons.
Lovely.
We have specific time. Okay, 2 lines we have to do this much. But those 2 lines, he takes 20 lines. I'll give you one more example of my father's performance. In Delhi, Sanskritik Pratishthan, Mr. O.P. Jain was the head of the institution. He invited my father for a performance because he was organizing a farewell party for the French ambassador who was leaving Delhi. So it was only my father's performance, and it was 1.5 hour performance. So I was there to accompany him on the drum. Then the singer, flutist, sitarist, everybody were there. In the evening, program started. And the who's who of Indian performing arts, politics, corporate, everybody was there to to say goodbye to the French ambassador and to see Guru Mohapatra's performance. It was an open air auditorium, the gallery was there, beautiful ambience, something like our university, the campus, and the stage. And background of the stage in the two sides, they were created Rajasthani kind of design windows, lot with the frills.
Oh.
While performing, started after 10 minutes, suddenly the electricity went off. It was completely dark. But there was always a standing instruction from our Guru that suppose something happens like this, you keep on playing the music, don't stop.
Oh.
So we were playing the music, continuing. But it was a very clear moonlight that day. So my father, what happened, and he was doing this Pashyati Desi Desi, where Radha searches for Krishna. That was the main theme. And he went down the stage and went into the audience. And he was attending each and every member of the audience asking, did you see my Radha? Did you see my Radha? You know, I am missing, did you see my Krishna? I am missing him. You know, I really want to meet him. And we were playing, I was watching him. You know, same question, did you see my Krishna? I want to meet him. He will be sitting with some audience, holding his hands. Did you see my Krishna? Then suddenly wake up. Did you see my Krishna? Please, please, please tell me, where is my Krishna? And it was outstanding. I'll tell you, one line, Pashyati Disi Disi Rahasi Bhava. Originally it is 14 times, then the music goes to the next line. He performed this line for 1.5 hours and the singer was going crazy. He was telling me, tell your father to stop. I have expensed all my learning in my career. The variations are finished, I cannot go more. Tell your father to stop or go to the next line. You know, he came back to the stage and he went behind that Rajasthani window.
Mm-hmm.
That window was half frill and half open.
Okay.
So he sat in such a way, you know, that moonlight through that frill, the half his face was that frill shadow.
Okay.
One is plain.
Okay.
Then he did the action, he came back and take a turn and stand on the stage. Then the light, actually electricity came back.
Oh my God.
But it was as if planned earlier to happen like this, but it was coincidentally happened. And I mean, that is a performance to be seen of that great master. When the program finished, I think 250 of 300 audience were sitting in the gallery. Our Naveen Patnaik ji then was there, and his sister Geeta Mehta ji was there, but that time he was not the chief minister. Amjad Ali Khan, you know, all of them stood up and they were crying like child. You know, few of the audience, they came and they did Sastang Pranam on the grass. And I don't know, somebody was from the French embassy. आके पूरा साष्टांग प्रणाम किया, बोला कि मैं तो आज उन्होंने मुझे छू लिया, मतलब मुझे लगा कि मेरे अंदर I could experience God. प्रोग्राम के बाद भी लोग खड़े हैं चुपचाप, कुछ नहीं हो रहा है. फिर उसके बाद ताली वाली बजाया और सब लोग आके रो रहे हैं. I was quietly standing in a corner and watching him. और वो उनको मालूम था कि उनका नाम, उनका जो व्यक्तित्व है, इट वॉज सो पावरफुल फॉर इंडियन क्लासिकल डांस. मैंने पूरा जो 40 साल का मेरा उनके साथ नाता रहा है, मैंने कभी उस आदमी को देखा नहीं कि वो ऐसे, हमेशा ऐसे. अभी फॉर ए परफॉर्मिंग आर्ट, for a student or for AI, for Google, cannot create this.
Very true. Very true.
Because of this, Guru has its own place, which is much, much beyond than AI and Google. ऐसे काफ़ी सारे मतलब एग्जाम्पल्स हैं. डेफिनेटली टिप ऑफ द फिंगर यू गेट एवरीथिंग. ऐसे भी टाइम था जहाँ मोबाइल फ़ोन था नहीं, फैक्स नहीं था, ईमेल नहीं था, टेलीफोन भी नहीं था. मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ, जब बाबा बाहर जाते थे, मैं अगर उनसे बात करना था तो हम लोग जाके टेलीफोन एक्सचेंज में 180 में ट्रंकल बुक करना पड़ता था. बुक करो और पता नहीं कितने दिन के बाद वो कॉल आएगा आपको.
Oh God.
फिर उसके बाद एक लाइटनिंग कॉल था जो आपको 3 दिन में कनेक्ट होता था. तभी भी जीवन चलता था. आज भी जीवन चल रहा है. हाँ? हर जगह फ्लॉस मतलब अच्छा भी, नेगेटिव है, पॉजिटिव है. क्यों बोलते हैं कि हमेशा एक रिकॉर्ड बना के रखना पेपर में. ये तो आज का कंप्यूटर युग है. हार्ड ड्राइव क्रैश कर जाता है. अभी कुछ दिन पहले हम लोग ट्रैवल कर रहे थे, ग्लोबली सॉफ्टवेयर क्रैश कर गया.
ओह.
हाँ, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट का क्रैश कर गया. सब मैनुअली सब बोर्डिंग पास दे रहे थे.
ओह माय गॉड.
हाँ. मैं कैसे इसको समाप्त करूं, बट अभी ये जो क्रैश हो गया उसको ठीक किसने किया? एक ह्यूमन, एक फिजिकल पर्सन ने. तो फिर एआई और गूगल सॉफ्टवेयर कैसे ऊपर हो सकता है? यू नीड समबडी टू ऑपरेट. एक एक्सपीरियंस्ड माइंड, 2 एक्सपीरियंस्ड आईज, और ये जो हाथ जिसको माइंड चलाता है, इसके विदाउट दिस एआई कैनॉट फंक्शन, गूगल ऑल्सो कैनॉट फंक्शन. सो मैं तो आई एम वेरी वेल कन्विंस्ड कि गुरु के जो जगह है वो कोई नहीं ले सकता. ही गुरु इज द ओनली पर्सन हैज़ एवरी लॉजिक, एवरी आंसर to all issues, and the answer for the execution of life. Doesn't matter कौन सा रास्ता देके हम लोग गति कर रहे हैं, वो एआई हो, गूगल हो, शायद आगे चल के कुछ और भी आ जाएगा.
बिल्कुल.
Yes, of course, हम लोगों के लिए it is easier to work.
जी.
आज यहाँ बैठ के we can connect to the world because of science, technology. लेकिन ये जो नॉलेज हम लोग इम्पार्ट कर रहे हैं आज बैठ के, क्या ये नॉलेज हम लोगों ने क्रिएट किया है? नहीं, किसी और ने क्रिएट किया है. वी आर द मीडियम, वी आर डूइंग इट. आप जो इंग्लिश पढ़ा रही हैं, ये जो मैं परफॉर्मिंग आर्ट्स पढ़ा रहा हूँ, क्या आपने वो तैयार किया है?
नहीं.
यू हैव योर ओन वे, मेथोडोलॉजी टू टीच, बट दैट नॉलेज somebody has created, a guru has created.
True.
उसी नॉलेज को लेके या एआई आज ऊपर जा रहा है. गूगल में वही है. परफॉर्मिंग आर्ट्स को आप ले लीजिए. क्या गूगल, क्या एआई कैन प्रोड्यूस पंडित बिरजू महाराज, गुरु कल्चर महापात्र, गिरिजा देवी? नो. वो क्लोनिंग कर सकता है लेकिन सोच, विजन, क्रिएटिविटी नहीं कर सकता है. क्योंकि जितना आप फिट करेंगे वो उतना ही बोलेगा. सी, in my very limited knowledge, I can, this much I can tell you.
I seriously am spellbound. मेरे तो रोंगटे खड़े हो गए सर जब आपने ये एक्सपीरियंस शेयर किया गुरुजी का. और सच में, I mean, you yourself feel so humbled And therefore, I would like to ask, sir, that with this kind of an amazing line of performances, there is definitely stardom, there is name, there is fame, but we have seen these Gurujis who have always been down to earth. But nowadays, artists do have some issues handling name and fame. So, what is your take on that? How to create that balance, especially for a performing artist?
See, the execution of life for a performing artist, it varies day to day. आज हमने एक अच्छा परफॉर्म कर लिया, कल नहीं होगा. For a performing artist, it depends. आज एक प्रोग्राम अच्छा हो गया, कल अच्छा नहीं हुआ, कंट्रोवर्सीज हो गए, वो होता रहता है. और ऐसे भी बहुत आर्टिस्ट हैं, दे आर वेरी डिमांडिंग. हाँ, हमें परफॉर्मेंस के लिए उनके एजेंट्स रहते हैं
जी.
इफ़ यू वांट टू call any X artist, any Y artist, their agent will speak on their behalf. Okay, we need 12 lakhs package. In addition to that 5-star hotel, sedan गाड़ी चाहिए, XUV चाहिए, blah blah blah. अब ग्रीन रूम में जाएंगे, टावल वगैरह चाहिए. ऐसा होता है. We have experienced it. और कई आर्टिस्ट हैं, वो आर्ट फॉर्म के लिए कुछ डिमांड नहीं करते, आते हैं, जो आप देते हैं वो परफॉर्म कर लेते हैं. Unless otherwise you surrender yourself. Art form. You have to surrender to the divine. तो ही ये possible है. It is not McDonald's, Burger King or Subway food. You need time. With time you grow. और it's life for these people. I think not for only performing arts, for the educators, for the corporate house people. To bring focus in your life to your work, you need meditation. It is a meditation which brings balance to your mind to execute your work. See, meditation means, that doesn't mean close your eyes, do this chin mudra and sit down and do meditation. No. The passion, the sincerity, the dedication for your work, that becomes your dedication. एक छोटा सा एग्जाम्पल है. The tussle between knowledge and money. Because the two things matters to create disturbances, to handle name and fame. इसका एक छोटा सा मैं आपको एग्जाम्पल देता हूँ. विष्णु सो रहे थे. अभी उनके दोनों पत्नियां आके खड़ी हो गई, लक्ष्मी और सरस्वती. बोला, अच्छा प्रभु आप ये बताइए, आप हमेशा सोते रहते हैं, कभी तो टाइम दिया करिए. बोला, बोलो क्या करना है. बोला, ठीक है, आप हमारे प्लीज़ आंसर आवर क्वेश्चंस. बोला, हाँ बोलो. ना टेल अस, मतलब एक दूसरे हैं. बोले कि ठीक से बोलना, हम दोनों में से सुंदर कौन है.
अच्छा.
सोच के जवाब दीजिएगा.
हाँ.
तो विष्णु वाज कीप ऑन स्माइलिंग. चुप बैठे, स्माइल कर. अरे क्या है प्रभु, आप स्माइल कर रहे हो, आंसर आवर क्वेश्चन. बोला, हाँ मैं थोड़ा आंसर दूंगा, लेकिन मुझे थोड़ा सोचने दो. अच्छा मेरे लिए काम करो आप. ठीक, आप दोनों ना चल के जाओ और वापस आओ. बोला, क्यों. बोला, अभी क्यों का क्या मैं बोलूँ, आपने मुझे प्रश्न पूछा और उसका आंसर मुझे देना है, तो मैं जो बोलता हूँ आप करो. तो दे स्टार्टेड वॉकिंग एंड केम बैक. बोला, आप बोलिए. मैं दोबारा जाइए. तो ऐसे 5-6 बार, तो दोनों तंग आके बोले क्या प्रभु खाली हमें आप बोले जाओ आओ, बोले हाँ अभी मुझे आई गॉट द आंसर. When Saraswati goes, it looks beautiful. When Lakshmi is coming, it is beautiful. The answer is when you impart knowledge, it is beautiful. Now Lakshmi मतलब when you money आता है वो भी अच्छा है. There you need a balance of life. And for me, what I understand, you have to surrender. अभी भगवान बोलो, डिवाइन बोलो, अनफोर्सिंग पावर बोलो, हमने तो भगवान को देखा नहीं, किताबों में पढ़ा है, गुरुओं से सुना है, बट आई थिंक देयर इज सम अनफोर्सिंग पावर व्हिच वी कॉल, टू हुम वी कॉल गॉड.
डेफिनेटली.
तो इसमें से मुझे एक ऐसा मिलता है कि अगर सरस्वती सही है तो लक्ष्मी का कभी भी कमी नहीं रहेगा.
राइट.
क्योंकि ये जीता जागता सबूत मेरे पिताजी में है, पंडित बिरजू महाराज जी में है, गिरिजा देवी जी में है. उन्होंने विद्या को दिया है और उनके पास लक्ष्मी की कभी कमी नहीं रहा है. तो इट डिपेंड्स कि हम कैसे सोचते हैं, हमको क्या एजुकेशन मिला है, एंड विच एम्बियंस वी आर स्टेइंग. और व्हाट आई अंडरस्टैंड, जैसे मुझे अपने माता पिता से, अपने घर से एक एजुकेशन मिला, उसी तरह हर स्टूडेंट के लिए, हर बच्चा के लिए उसका पेरेंट सबसे बड़ा गुरु है, एडुकेटर से.
बिल्कुल.
लेकिन अनफॉर्चुनेटली जैसे मैंने बोला, जो हमारे पास है हम उसको हम आदर नहीं करते, जो हमारा है नहीं उसके लिए हम लोग दौड़ते हैं. इसके लिए इवन पेरेंट्स एंड स्टूडेंट्स दे सफ़र, क्योंकि पेरेंट्स अच्छा एडुकेशन नहीं दे पाते हैं. अभी इन जनरल एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज़ जो होता है, अभी स्कूल में डांस भी चाहिए, म्यूज़िक में चाहिए. अभी स्कूल से पढ़ के आया, फिर उसके बाद व्हाट हैपेंड कि द स्टूडेंट गोज़ फॉर पियानो क्लास, देन द स्टूडेंट गोज़ फॉर मॉडर्न डांस क्लास, देन गोज़ फॉर क्लासिकल, देन गोज़ फॉर वोकल म्यूज़िक. अभी वो स्टूडेंट करेगा क्या? Because he doesn't want to do it. Parents forcing him to do it.
True.
अभी अगर सोर्स ही गलत है, अगर यहाँ सोच नहीं है, एक छोटा सा माइंड, they are not matured enough. जो लोग यूनिवर्सिटी आते हैं, यूनिवर्सिटी में आते हैं, वो तो बात अलग है. इवन इन द स्कूल लेवल ऐसे बहुत सारे एग्जाम्पल है जो यहाँ सोर्स से ही प्रॉब्लम है.
एब्सोल्युटली.
अभी ये NEP एजुकेशन जो है 2020, अभी स्टूडेंट्स जो करेगा, इच्छा होगा 1 साल के बाद पढ़ाई करेगा, छोड़ के चला जाएगा, फिर वो अपना काम करके घूम के आएगा. लेकिन टीचर कहाँ जाएगा? उधर ही उधर ही बैठा रहेगा. गुरु शिष्य परंपरा में गुरु का वैल्यूज हमेशा ऊपर होना चाहिए, तो ही इम्पार्टिंग नॉलेज सही होगा. हम लोग तो यूनिवर्सिटी में पढ़ाते हैं ना, हम तो देखते हैं एवरी डे वी फेस डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स एंड देयर पेरेंट्स एंड हाउ दे डील विथ अस.
करेक्ट.
माने इसके लिए तो मैं बोलूँगा इट्स ए ग्लोबल अलार्मिंग. इट्स ए ग्रेट चैलेंज फॉर पेरेंट्स, फॉर गुरुज, फॉर टीचर्स, फॉर मेंटर्स, everybody, each and everybody to address this issue. और हमें लगता है कि जैसे हमारे गुरुदेव हैं श्री श्री रविशंकर जी, गुरु केलुचंद मोहपात्रा, स्वामी शांतानंद सरस्वती, पंडित बिरजू महाराज, गिरिजा देवी, ऐसे लोगों का होना हमारे बीच में बहुत ज़रूरी है, सो दैट वी कैन लर्न द बैलेंस इन लाइफ. अदरवाइज life becomes, I would say, a artificial execution.
True. Very true. Just one more question, sir. That as you are talking about creating an ecosystem for having this balance, we at Sri Sri University are all trying our level best to create that ecosystem where students learn to have a balance apart from their curriculum, co-curricular and extracurricular activities. We are also trying to impart ethics, moral values to them, especially in the BPA, MPA programs. We have BPA Hindustani vocal, BPA Odissi dance, we have Masters in Performing Arts Odissi dance. As the dean, as the source of inspiration behind these programs, what would you like to tell our prospective students, our students who are already taking this course, how to blend academics and practical knowledge? Because performing arts is probably all about bridging theory and practice.
See, for a performing artist, time and again what we have experienced since many years, there is lack of academics in a performing artist.
Oh.
Why? Because performing artist always practices music and dance and study related theory, little bit whatever required for practical. That awareness was not there, which now slowly developing in the student's mind or pupil's mind. I always thought, because for a performing artist, when you perform, when you explain, when you write, when you create something, so there your general education comes in. I always tell our students, if you want to pursue performing arts, then general education is must.
True.
Before joining this organization and after joining this organization, I always feel the same. Like in performing arts, in dance and music, we have literature, we have Sanskrit, we have designing, mathematics, geometry, history, geography, everything.
Oh.
Now all this education you will not get if you only do performing arts. You will know the technicalities of performing arts and related slokas or theory for it. But how to understand, how you read Sanskrit, how you read English, how you write. So there general education is a must. So coming here, joining the SSU University, I got a platform where you blend academics and performing arts. That is why we have designed our syllabi in addition to performing arts, practical and related theory. We have Sanskrit, English literature, computer, environmental science. Now why these are and how relevant these are? For a performing artist, when you perform, you will not perform only in your house or in your own city, you will go out and perform. You need to explain, you have to demonstrate what you are saying, what you are performing. You have to say, okay, now this is, I am performing from Astapadi, this is the story. You have to explain to the audience.
Through synopsis.
Or through synopsis, or you have to write the synopsis and give it to the MC.
Right.
Unless otherwise you have the knowledge, how can you do it? Similarly, Sanskrit, you need to understand the basic Sanskrit, the meaning. So you need education there. And because it is a computer world now, because nowadays when you go, organizers, they said, you have to perform 5 minutes, you have to perform 10 minutes, and you need to edit your music. So there you need computer. Basically, you need to know sound editing and video editing, minimum requirement.
True.
Unless otherwise you have proper education, you cannot do it.
Correct.
So for a performing artist, all these are very much required. So here we have academics, we have performing arts, blended and going straight. So that after bachelor's and after master's, when one goes out of our institution, we'll have the complete knowledge of an art form with the academics. Going out from here, he can be a teacher, he can be a professor, assistant professor, or he can be an event manager, he can be a content writer,
True.
art content writer, or he can open his own organization and earn bread and butter. So that is why academic is definitely required. General education is must. And if this conversation going to public or students to listen to it, I would very strongly and humbly request all of them, please have your general education and performing arts together. Without general education, performing arts might not be possible.
Thank you so much for those remarkable insights, and we hope that this conversation just continues. I think we have just started our journey of submission, as you rightly said, and at Sri Sri University we truly experience the best of both the worlds, the best of East and best of West, and I think Faculty of Arts, Communication and Indic Studies, our unit, is like the cherry on the cake, which has a multidisciplinary education at its core, where students have a 360-degree holistic knowledge from performing arts, English, Sanskrit, Hindu studies and fine arts. So with this, I would like to thank you and express my gratitude for your time, for your answers and for that immense knowledge that you shared.
See, you really do not have to thank me for this, because this university, our university, SSU University, has given me a lot. Doesn't matter whether I stay within the university, if I go out, I'll always be grateful. Why, I will tell you. Sorry, I'm not taking long.
No,
I joined 2020 February. And just after 1 month, everything was shut down because of COVID-19. The entertainment industry, the film industry, performance industry, everything complete on hold. That time, it was only SSU University which was giving salary to its employees. Those 1.5 years, SSU यूनिवर्सिटी ने मुझे, मेरा फैमिली को, मुझे निवाला दिया है, खाना दिया है, to be very honest.
True.
And इसके लिए मैं बहुत ही आभार हूँ. I'm really grateful because this memory will remain with me forever. इसके लिए anything for this organization, university, whether I'm here or not, I'll always be available. And my deepest and my sincere gratitude to SSU University, to all those people who stood by me at that difficult times.
Correct.
And I really, मतलब मैं उनको प्रणाम करता हूँ. And I wish like this they contribute to many more people, their families. Definitely there is a divine power here in this whole campus where we stay in Jaydev block. You know, as soon as you enter the gate, there is a different vibration. I always tell मैंने वीसी सर को भी बोला था, स्वामी जी से भी कभी कभी बात होता है, मैंने बोला सर ये जगह को ना हम लोग नहीं छोड़ना चाहिए. जब स्कूल बनता है ना अभी, मैंने बोला लेट्स स्टे हियर बिकॉज दिस प्लेस हैज ए डिफरेंट वाइब्रेशन.
True.
शायद आगे जाकर मैं भी आइकॉनिक टावर में अच्छा है, शायद वो वाइब्रेशन नहीं मिलेगा. और दिस इज द एक्सपीरियंस, और it has given me immense scope to learn about life, to learn about academics, और बहुत कुछ मैंने सीखा है यहाँ आके. जो भी मालूम था मुझे पहले और यहाँ आके my knowledge has expanded. I can really see things very clearly. My performing arts and academics, because performing arts and academics, they're two separate tracks, but they travel parallelly. They might not meet anywhere, but they were running parallelly, they are running parallelly, and they will remain running parallel. So it is us to find a balance.
Thank you so much, sir. That was a very interesting conversation. And signing off now is Dr. Purnima Bagchi from Faculty of Arts, Communication and Indic Studies, Sri University. Thank you. Jai Gurudev.